Welcome back, students. In the previous lecture, we started a topic called comparing quantities, and in the previous lecture, I told you about ratios and percentage. Now, today, I'll start another topic in this comparing quantities only, and the name of the topic is profit, loss, and discount. Profit, loss, and discount. Now, first of all, I'll explain about profit and loss, and then I'll tell you what discount is. Suppose you are a shopkeeper and you used to sell kites. You go to the wholesale market. From there, you get kites, or you buy kites, and then you sell those kites in your area. So, suppose you go to the wholesale market and you buy one kite for say rupees 8. So that will be the cost price of the kite for you. Okay. So cost price of the kite is equal to rupees 8 because you bought the kite at rupees 8, so that will be the cost price of the kite for you. Now obviously when you sell the kite in your area, definitely you will sell it at a higher price for some profit. So suppose you are selling the kite at rupees 10, then that rupees 10 is the selling price of the kite for you. Clear? You are selling the kite in your local area at rupees 10. So that rupees 10 will be the selling price of the kite. Clear? So selling price of the kite is equal to rupees 10. Now always remember, when the selling price is more than the cost price, that which is the case over here, whenever the selling price is more than the cost price, then there will be profit, and the formula for profit will be SP, that is the selling price, minus CP, that is the cost price. So I repeat, whenever the selling price is more than the cost price, then there will be profit, and the formula for profit will be SP, that is the selling price, minus CP, that is the cost price. So here the selling price is 10 and the cost price is 8. So 10 minus 8 is 2. So there is a profit of rupees 2. So by selling that kite, you are going to earn a profit of rupees 2. Now suppose the selling price is less than the cost price. Whenever the selling price is less than the cost price, then there is some loss. Clear? Whenever the selling price is less than the cost price, then there will be loss, and the formula for loss is cost price minus selling price. So the formula for profit is selling price minus cost price, and the formula for loss will be cost price minus selling price, because definitely the cost price will be more and the selling price will be less. So two more formula are there. One is profit percent. As I told you in the previous class, that percent is per 100. So whatever profit we are getting out of 100 is the profit percent. So the formula for profit percent is profit upon CP into 100. Always remember that profit percent and loss percent are calculated on CP. So profit percent is profit upon CP into 100 and loss percent will be loss upon CP into 100. That is the formula for profit percent and loss percent. Profit percent and loss percent. The profit percent is profit upon CP into 100 and the loss percent is loss upon CP into 100. Clear? Now in this particular example, if I calculate, or definitely there is some profit, so if I am going to calculate profit percent, so according to the formula it is profit upon CP into 100. Profit is rupees 2. CP was 8 into 100. So you can see there is a profit percent of 25%. That means by selling that kite for rupees 10, you are going to earn a profit percent of 25%. Is it clear? So I hope profit, loss, profit percent and loss percent, it is clear to you. Clear? Now I'll tell you about discount. Clear? Suppose you are a customer and you go to a store to buy a pair of shoes. Suppose on the box of the pair of shoes, rupees 2400, rupees 2400 is written. So this is called the marked price or the list price or the catalog price of that pair of shoes. So this is called the marked price. Or this marked price is also called as the list price or catalog price. So rupees 2400 or rupees 2400 is written on the box, so it is called the marked price. Now the shopkeeper says that he is going to give you a rebate of 20% on the marked price, because sometimes if the marked price is high, then definitely the sale of that particular product reduces. So to increase the sale, shopkeepers give some rebate or some discount on the marked price, but still after giving the discount also they get some profit. So now the marked price of that pair of shoes is rupees 2400 and the shopkeeper is giving you a discount of 20%. So discount is 20%. So first of all, one more formula for discount percent. So the discount percent will be equal to discount upon marked price into 100. Clear? Whenever we calculate the percentage, that means we have to calculate per 100. That is why we multiply it by 100. So discount percent is discount upon marked price into 100. Remember, the discount percent is always calculated on the marked price. Per profit percent and loss percent, they are calculated on the cost price, whereas discount percent is always calculated on the marked price. So here the marked price was 2400 and the discount percent is given 20%. So if we find the actual discount, so the discount will be 20% of 2400. 20% of the marked price, that is 20% of 2400. When you calculate, it is rupees 480. So the shopkeeper is giving you discount of rupees 480. Now what will be the selling price of that shoe? Means the money that you have to pay for that pair of shoes. So the selling price will be marked price minus discount. Okay, whatever price is marked on the box, from that the discount or the rebate is subtracted, and the remaining money you have to pay to the shopkeeper. So marked price minus discount, which is 2400 minus 480, that is equal to rupees 1920. That means you will pay rupees 1920 to the shopkeeper, and you can bring the pair of shoes home, and definitely the shopkeeper is still making some profit. Let the CP of that shoes actually is 1600 or say 1500, and he is selling it at 1920. So definitely he is making some profit. Clear? So this is the concept of discount. So always remember, the discount is calculated on the marked price. So this is the formula for discount percent. And now we will do some examples based on profit, loss and discount. An object marked at rupees 840 is sold for rupees 714. What is the discount and the discount percent? What is the discount and the discount percent? Now see, it is very clear from the question that the marked price of the object is rupees 840, and selling price of the object is rupees 714. The marked price of the object is rupees 840 and the selling price is rupees 714. Now you see, discount is always equal to marked price minus selling price. Whatever price is marked, from that marked price, when you subtract the discount, you will get the selling price. Similarly, from the marked price, if you subtract the selling price, you will get the discount. Now the marked price is 840 and the selling price is 714. So when you subtract, it is rupees 126. Okay, so this is the answer to the first part, the discount. Discount is rupees 126. Now discount percent, that will be equal to discount upon marked price into 100, that is 126 upon 840 into 100. Because discount we have just calculated, it is 126 and the marked price is 840 into 100. Clear? Now we can cancel 1 0 from here. Now you cancel it by 6. Now by 7, 15%. So the discount percent is 15%. The discount percent is 15%. That is answer to the second part. Clear? So that is profit, loss and discount, and we will do the next question. The list price of a book is rupees 220. A discount of 20% is given. What is the amount of discount and the selling price? Okay, the list price of a book is rupees 220. A discount of 20% is given on that mark price or the list price. So what is the amount of discount and the selling price? So first of all, marked price of the book rupees 220. Discount 20% of 220. It is given that the discount is 20% of the mark price and the mark price is 220. So the discount will be 20% of 220. That is the discount, which is rupees 44. So this is the answer to the first part, amount of discount. And I told you that selling price is equal to marked price minus discount. Selling price is equal to marked price minus discount. Now the marked price is 220 and the discount we have calculated 44. So from 220, when you subtract 44, the answer is rupees 176. Okay, so that is the selling price. So discount is 44 rupees, the selling price is 176, and there is a discount of 20%. Clear? So we will do the next question. Ravi bought a second-hand TV for rupees 2500 and then spent rupees 500 on its repairs and sold it for rupees 3300. Find the loss or gain percent. So in this case, no discount is there. Ravi bought a second hand TV for rupees 2500. Now the TV requires some repairing work, so for that he spent rupees 500, and then he sold the television at rupees 3300. Now you have to calculate, you have to check whether there is a profit or there is a loss, and you have to find the profit and loss percent also. Okay, so now the price for which Ravi bought the TV, rupees 2500, cost of repairing rupees 500. This cost of repairing, this is also called the overhead charges. So net CP is equal to 2500 plus 500, that is rupees 3000. Okay, Ravi bought the TV for 2500 and then he spent 500, so 2500 plus 500 gives you rupees 3000. So that is the net CP of the television. Now SP is given rupees 3300. Now it is very clear that SP is more than CP, so there will be gain or the profit. Profit is also called the gain. So gain is equal to, I told you it is SP minus CP, that is 3300 minus 3000, that is rupees 300. So there is a gain of rupees 300. Now we have to find the gain percent. Gain percent is gain upon CP into 100. Gain percent is nothing but the profit percent. So it is gain upon CP into 100, that is 300 upon 3000 into 100. So you can see the answer is 10%. So the Ravi is getting 10% profit or 10% gain. Is it clear? That is the profit percent or the gain percent of Ravi. Okay. Now we will do the next question. Next question. A shopkeeper purchased 200 bulbs for rupees 10 each. However, 5 bulbs were fused and he sold the remaining at rupees 12 each. Find the profit or loss percent. A shopkeeper purchased 200 bulbs for rupees 10 each. However, 5 bulbs were fused, means they have to be thrown. You cannot sell fused bulbs. And he sold the remaining at rupees 12 each. So find his profit or loss percent. We have to check whether there is a profit or loss. So CP of one bulb rupees 10. It is given. CP of 200 bulbs, because he bought 200 bulbs. CP of 200 bulbs, 200 into 10, rupees 2000. That means the shopkeeper has spent rupees 2000 in buying the bulbs. Now, number of bulbs sold. Number of bulbs sold will be equal to 200 minus 5, that is equal to 195, because he bought 200 bulbs but 5 bulbs were fused, so the number of bulbs that he sold will be 195. So SP of one bulb, it is again given in the question, rupees 12. So SP of 195 bulbs will be equal to 195 into 12. Now we will multiply 195 and 12. It is rupees 2340. Rupees 2340 means it is rupees 2340. So as you can see, the selling price is still more than the cost price, because the cost price was 2000 and the selling price is rupees 2340. Don't get confused that the selling cost price is of 200 bulbs and the selling price is of 195 bulbs, because the remaining 5 bulbs he has to throw away. He is not going to sell them. So actually this is the total CP and this is the total SP. But still, as the SP is more than CP, so he is getting a profit. So profit is equal to SP minus CP, that is 2340 minus 2000, that is rupees 340. So there is a profit of rupees 340, and now we'll calculate the profit percent. The formula is profit upon CP into 100, means 340 upon 2000 into 100, 17%. 34 upon 2 is 17%. So you can see there is a profit of 17%. That shopkeeper is making a profit of 17%. Clear? Now we do the next question. The next question is, Meenu bought 2 fans for rupees 1200 each. She sold one at a loss of 5% and the other at a profit of 10%, find the selling price of each fan and overall profit or loss percent. Overall profit or loss percent. Now you can see the CP of both the fans is rupees 1200. But on the first fan there is a loss of 5% and on the second fan there is a profit of 10%. So first of all, loss on the first fan will be equal to 5% of 1200. I told you that profit and loss are always calculated on the CP and CP is given 1200. So 5% of 1200, which is equal to rupees 60. Okay, and profit, so SP of first fan will be equal to 1200 minus 60, because CP minus loss will give you the SP. 1200 minus 60 is equal to rupees 1140. 1140 rupees is the SP of first fan. Now on the second fan there is a profit of 10%. So profit on the second fan, 10% of 1200, and it is equal to rupees 120. So you can see there is a profit of rupees 120. Now SP of second fan will be equal to, now in the CP when you add the profit then you get SP. So 1200 plus 120, that is rupees 1320. So there is a profit of 120 rupees on the second fan. So 1200, that is the CP of the fan, plus 120 will give you 1320. Clear? Now we have to find, actually this is one of the answers and this is one of the answers, and now finally we have to find the overall profit or loss percent. For that we need net CP and net SP. Net CP 1200 plus 1200 rupees 2400 is the net CP, because there are two fans and each fan is rupees 1200. So it is 1200 plus 1200 rupees 2400. Now net SP is equal to 1140, that is the SP of the first fan, plus 1320, that is the SP of the second fan. Now when you add them, it is rupees 2460. Net SP is rupees 2460. Now again it is very clear that net SP is more than net CP, so there will be a profit. So profit is equal to SP minus CP, and now SP is 2460 and the CP is 2400. So rupees 60 is the profit. You can see there is a profit of rupees 60, and now the profit percent profit upon CP into 100. Profit percent is profit upon CP into 100, which is 60 upon CP is 2400 into 100. Okay. So you can see 2.5%. So there is a profit of 2.5%. Clear? Meenu will get a profit of rupees of 2.5%. Clear? Now, before we start the next question, I am going to tell you what is sales tax, or that is also known as value added tax, and or in short we call it VAT. Sales tax or value added tax. All of you know that for the development of the country, for building of roads, for building of bridges, or for any sort of emergency also, government needs some fund, and that fund is given to the government by the taxpayers. So that for that government takes tax from its citizens, and we pay tax in various methods, various modes. Like if your income is above a certain limit, then you will pay income tax. When you buy a house, you have to do the registration. For that you have to pay money to government. If you buy a new vehicle, for that you have to pay tax. When you use a highway or a bridge, you have to pay the toll tax. So all these taxes, they are meant for the betterment of the country. So in that series only, there is one sales tax or the value added tax. Means government has fixed a certain rate, let it be 2% or 5% or 10% or 12% or 18%, whatever. So whenever you go to buy something, suppose you go to buy a television set for rupees 20,000. So the shopkeeper says that the television is for rupees 20,000, but you have to pay a tax of 10% to the government on it. So 10% of 20,000 will be 2,000. That means you will pay 22,000 to the shopkeeper, and you will bring home the television. Now that rupees 2,000 that you have paid to the shopkeeper, it is his duty to pay that money to government as the tax. Clear? Now when you take the receipt of the television, so there will be all the records, and using that record, the shopkeeper yearly submits the tax to the government. Now always remember, this sales tax or the value added tax, it is charged on the final price. For example, suppose there is a television which is marked rupees 20,000. The shopkeeper says that I'll give you 5% discount on this price, but you have to pay 10% tax. Now 5% of 20,000 is rupees 1,000. So from 20,000, 1,000 will be subtracted as discount. I have already told you about discount. That means it will be 19,000. But on this 19,000 rupees, you have to pay a tax of 10%. 10% of 19,000 will be 1,900. So the final price that you are going to pay for the television will be 20,900. So always remember the sales tax is paid by the customer to the shopkeeper at a certain rate, and that sales tax or the value added tax, it goes to government. Clear? And it is calculated on the final price. So I'll give you one example of it. The cost of a pair of shoes at a shop was rupees 450. The sales tax charged was 5%. Find the bill amount. Bill amount means the total, the final money that the customer has to pay is the bill amount. So first of all, selling price of the shoe is rupees 450. Sales tax is 5% of 450. Okay, it is 5% of 450. Rupees 22.50. That is the sales tax. So the bill amount, I have already explained that rupees 450 the shopkeeper, the customer has to pay to the shopkeeper. Rupees 450 he has to pay to the shopkeeper, plus now 22.50 for the government as sales tax. So when you add them, it is rupees 472.50, and that is the final answer. So he has to pay rupees 472.50. So I hope whatever I explained today is clear to you. Again, do the assignments honestly, and in the next class we'll continue with the topic. Thank you.